is up, Rubber Duckies fans? We are back with a special episode this week, an extra episode, and we have a couple of special guests for you. First off, Seamus sadly could not be here due to his work schedule, so we have Mr. Kyle O'Brien filling in for him again today. Kyle, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm here. Can I use this as to pay for my fine, so I don't have to buy a case of beer for you, or do I still have to pay the fine?
I really enjoyed yours.
Okay, that's right.
No, I think you still have to do it, Kyle.
Benji, shut up. I didn't introduce you.
Wow, okay.
Hey.
Well, okay.
Hey. Be nice to begin with.
Why? Anyway, also joining us today from Holly Springs, North Carolina, our Carolina Hurricanes expert, Sport International Hockey Academy former goalie instructor, and tour director and friend of the program, Benjamin Bondranko. Benji, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good. It's an honor to be on the show, honestly.
This is your first appearance on here. How's the media search going down in North Carolina for you?
You know, not too bad. Not too bad. It's just a process, you know. Everything starts with a process.
Yeah, for sure. Do you like the stuff you're seeing coming out of the Duck Pond and Rubber Duckies media? Because I know the media guy would be very happy to hear that.
You know, I am a fan. Been looking a few times. It'll just pop up on my feed. Rubber Duckies. There was a lot of losses in there a little bit when I was looking, but you know what?
Wow.
As long as the wins start rolling, it's
Benji, what's your beer league record? I know your beer league record. What's your beer league record?
That's a good question. Not including ones I've played here, or just
fine. What's your C-Hob beer league record?
Undefeated with wins. Undefeated with wins.
What was your save percentage?
I don't even remember.
I do. I remember.
Why did you write it down?
I didn't write it down. It's seared into my memory. I have it written. I do not have it written down on a singular sheet of paper.
He is just.
I can do the math real quick. You are 37%.
Yeah. Oof. Was that Was that Altoona?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. First off, a couple of announcements here. Our partners over at Allen FC, big news for them. They just got promoted to Division 3 in the Buffalo District Soccer League, so congrats to them. Should be really interesting to watch them moving forward. And again, keep a head up for a collab there. We're probably going to have their media guy Jared Miller on in the coming weeks to talk a little bit more about that. But interesting to get a different sport in the Buffalo area. You know what I mean?
Wasn't expecting soccer. I would have expected anything else.
Hey, dude, it's whoever you run into at a New Year's Eve party, that's who you're partnering with.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's legitimately how it happened too. So.
Hey man,
anyway,
nothing's wrong with New Year's Eve parties.
Exactly. I woke up and we had a collab. So let's go.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Anyway, moving on from that, congrats to Allen FC. Benji, down in your neck of the woods, Greensboro, a new East Coast Hockey League team. What do you know about them?
Not too much, as they were announced about an hour ago. Recently brought up to my knowledge that Spit and Chicklets is a partial owner of them. Believe that their jerseys should have some sort of more Baltimore Ravens-esque colors to them. Looks like purples, blacks, golds. Interested in what the color scheme for the jerseys are going to be. Logo is not too bad. Definitely a little different than what I thought they were going with. I thought they were going to go for more like a Generals, considering that was an old ECHL team. But no, I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to be going to their home opener just to see what the atmosphere is like down there. If it's anything like going to Fayetteville and watching a game, it's going to be a great time.
Well, how many teams do you have down there now in the East Coast?
In the ECHL, there's only one in North Carolina. There's the Stingrays down in South Carolina, Greenville down in South Carolina. There's only one in North Carolina now.
Oh, okay. I did just see another. I gotta find it. I want to say it's Rio Rancho. Just got approved for an East Coast team too for 2026, 2027. I just gotta find where I saved that before I confirm anything. But I'm pretty sure it's Rio Rancho. But it's nice to see some expansion to that non-traditional hockey market.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I want obviously question mark there is with the Canes not having an ECHL affiliate right now. Do they go straight to Greensboro? Which I would pretty much assume yes.
I mean, it makes sense. Um, uh, regionally close. Easy. What's their AHL team right now?
The actually, contrary to what you think, it's not Charlotte. They're
Oh,
Chicago
Chicago.
Wolves
That's right.
affiliates because God knows that was a terrible blunder by the team. Why the hell do you move your team from 1 hour flight, like 30 minutes to an hour flight to Chicago? Fucking whatever. That blunder.
You know, it is what it is, right? Can't really argue too much about that. It's just an East Coast team, but yeah, I remember the days of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen developing down in Cincinnati and looking at all those stats. It's really got me into watching East Coast hockey.
Yeah, I've been really interested in the there's a league in the southeast of the Southern Professional Hockey League, the SPHL.
Yep.
That's a fun little area to watch games. Not too expensive. The fans get rowdy, don't really pack out too much, but it's definitely it's a little different of a shakeup than an NHL game.
Yeah, but they're still entertaining to watch, eh?
Oh, very, very. Love all the post goal chants and kids blowing horns every 5 seconds in front of you.
Yeah, so speaking of Southern out of market hockey, uh, our boy Buffalo Sabres legend, and he played for Cup of Coffee in Carolina. Um, Mr. Eric Stahl getting his jersey retired
Yeah,
with
good.
the Canes.
Good for him. What a shit night for the Canes to play though. They played absolutely horrible. Somehow snuck away with a point against the Ducks. Um, play terrible for 2 periods and then try in the third. And apparently that's what their mentality is right now.
Whatever
Well,
works.
I mean that's same thing the Sabres been doing the last
No,
41 games.
The Sabres will do like 2 mediocre periods and then just like fall asleep in the third.
Yeah, I mean I don't know what it is. It's just a really weird situation with some of those younger kids on this team. But I mean, you've probably seen it in Carolina. I mean, the last at least I'd say pre 2018 with that team coming up and that new blood in the lineup. I mean, it's not like Carolina was at the head of the pack for.
Oh no, man. Just up until that 2018 season where they snuck in the playoffs, they were what, bottom they were sticking around 500 in the league. Weren't really like too impactful. Aho obviously coming in. He helped out the team a lot. Svechnikov when we got him second overall, that helped. But I mean the team before that was just floundering. There was no there, ownership wasn't great. I think what was it? John, not John Forson. Ron Francis being the general manager for a long time didn't help, and got you know, good guy as a player, horrible general manager, and I think that's what we're seeing over in Seattle is they're just mediocre.
I mean,
And in Buffalo.
yeah,
Well,
well,
that's
Buffalo's a separate story, but at least Seattle has the excuse that they're a newish team. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I think you kind of get like I guess it is a two-headed coin because you got Vegas, who has been just absolutely killing it ever since coming in,
Hmm.
and then they had to readjust the rules and everything for when Seattle came in. But I think Seattle for what they've done has been okay. They obviously have had what 3 playoff runs that were just very short, but at least
Hey, they made it though.
they made it. That's a lot. Than what the Thrashers could say when they were around.
More than the Sabres can say in the last 13 years.
Very
Well,
true.
speaking of the Sabres, let's take a look at tomorrow's game. Sabres and Carolina Hurricanes. The last meeting between these two teams was a 3-2 overtime win for Buffalo back in on February 25th, 2024. in Buffalo, so it should be an entertaining game. Now with you two, we're gonna play a little. We're gonna play a little game.
Oh, no
You
game.
guys are gonna need to guess which team leads in these head-to-head categories for stats. Okay.
Okay.
So
Alright.
these are all head-to-head,
Is this all time or is this just last
all
10
time,
years? Okay.
all time, and Hartford Whalers stats count
Oh,
Oh
okay.
for
fuck.
Oh
Carolina. Okay.
God.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay. Who has the better regular season record?
So from
Head,
like just when they've played?
like head-to-head matchup or
No, this one's this is no, this is yeah, head to head. Sorry.
head-to-head? Um I'm gonna say because there was that long time with Ryan Miller, and then when 2006 came along, I want to say Buffalo has a better record all time.
Yeah, I want to say Buffalo.
Anyone want to take a guess at Buffalo's record?
All time, including back to Hartford.
What's the total number of games?
I didn't do the math. Hold on a second.
And are we counting ties? Are ties in that?
No, it's going to be wins, losses, OT losses.
Okay.
And it is no, that's not what I wanted. That's multiplication, not addition.
Look, math's hard.
214 games. It's okay, guys. We're just trying to do a show here. Take
I
your
want to
time.
go. I want to say like I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be like 115, 114 for Buffalo, and then 100 for the Canes.
Oh yeah. I'll say. I can't do the quick math in my head. I'll say like one, like Sabres have like 125 wins.
Wow, this guy.
That is, in fact, incorrect.
Mm.
Carolina Hurricanes lead the Buffalo Sabres with 109 wins to 105 wins.
Okay,
So it is
so
very
it is
close.
very close. It is
A
very
lot of that ground
very,
had
very
to have been
close.
made up. A lot of that ground had to have been made up in the last 6 years.
I believe so
yeah,
too.
I would have to. I'd have to say I agree with that one.
Now, head-to-head playoff series record.
Carolina.
Kyle,
Yeah, Carolina.
what is it?
It's 4-2 Carolina, isn't it? Oh wait, this is including Hartford, isn't it?
It is.
How many
Oh,
series?
Shit.
Well, that's the question. How many series is there? All-time playoff record head-to-head.
I know as the Hurricanes franchise itself, it's 4-2 because 2006.
Okay, that's a good. You got a good thought process going there. I like where you're going with that. Kyle, any ideas?
I'm gonna say 6-3 all time.
I'm going to give Benji the win here. He is the closest. Carolina leads with 4 wins and 3
Fuck.
losses.
4-3. Now I forgot that,
That
went
is-
7. I forgot that went 7.
Only time they've met in the playoffs.
Interesting.
I know, very interesting. Now,
Well, I mean,
Here-
when you got two teams that were just so bad for so long.
no, it really. I mean, it is, and to be completely honest with you, if half the Sabres defensemen didn't die in 2006, then Carolina would not have been in that finals. I mean,
Hey, you know who else was on that team? On that Carolina team?
Please
back
tell.
then?
Please tell.
Kevin Adams.
Buffalo
And
Sabres,
Rod
general
Brind'Amour.
manager, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Look,
It's
man.
the only only Stanley
I'm
Cup
telling
he
you,
has.
Kevin
Lot of-
Adams is a sleeper agent. Kevin
lot
Adams is a
of-
sleeper agent here to fuck the Sabres.
A lot of greatness to come out of that 06 year.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so Cup final appearances head to head.
Buffalo. Buffalo has more cup final appearances. That one I have a solid confidence about.
Wait, did Carolina go 1-for-1 in the Stanley Cup Finals?
I
What
know
do you
this
think?
answer. I'm not saying.
Fuck.
That's the
Well,
name of the game, man. You got to use your knowledge.
I know this one.
so you said who has more cup final appearances?
Yeah.
The 3-2 Sabres?
Is that your guess?
Yes.
I want to say the Sabres have 5, and I don't think Hartford went to the finals at all. So I'm gonna say 2.
You are actually, Benji, you are correct for the Carolina Hurricanes. It is 2 Stanley Cup final appearances. There's 2006 when they won,
Yeah, and then
and
0-2 when they lost to Detroit.
that is, yep. The Sabres only 2 Cup final appearances. So we are tied.
Really?
Whoa,
I know
hang
they
on.
have,
Whoa. What do you mean 2?
like
Wasn't it in the 70s
99,
against the Flyers? 99.
75, 99.
Oh, that's
That's it.
right. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
it.
I
2.
remember.
You
Yeah,
call, and you call yourself a Sabres fan?
skate in the crease, man.
No, I was thinking of
I'm gonna boot
06.
you, Ben.
I
I
got
swear to God.
I got
Look, that's
06
just
mixed up with Stanley Cup final.
look.
But
I am
yeah.
I am saying that should have been called off.
No, it should.
It should
I'm
have been
not
called
gonna.
off.
We're not gonna get it. Let's take a look here. We have another thing to talk about that kind of connects with the old glory days of the Carolina Hurricanes
Mm-hmm.
and our Carolina Hurricanes legend and Buffalo Sabres legend, the immovable object himself, Jeff Skinner, and possible trades out of Edmonton. He was a healthy scratch last night.
Back to
I
Buffalo.
I was reading that was actually a recommendation on the Hockey News was Buffalo was one of the teams that could use.
look. I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. He needs
There
to
is
get
no
out of
nice
the
way to
league.
say
He
it.
needs to get out of the league. I
I'm
mean,
gonna be
what he
honest though,
won?
yeah, he's old, but like he was still putting up goals for the Sabres the past 2 years.
Yes,
On
but
shit teams too.
and then what? Those were on what bad contracts, like the entry level, whatever, 3 years or whatever.
No, he had like an 8x8 in Buffalo.
Oh, interesting. Well, because
Yeah, we were paying him way too much money.
I mean, dude, there's
I
there's gonna be
know
like $7 million of dead cap next year just to pay him.
I know the time
Don't
that
worry,
he
we have like 25, so we're good.
I know all the times that he was in Carolina after his rookie season and we paid him a stupidly long contract. He just never showed up. He was terrible. He
Well,
was
that's what happened. That's exactly what happened in
that's
Buffalo because we
yeah.
took the last couple of years of his contract from Carolina when they traded,
Yep.
and then that was the last year of that contract. He played out of his mind.
Yeah, he had like 40 goals and like 80 points or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then they give him an 8x8 and gone, disappeared.
I
What the
want to
side? He got sent to Kunlun.
Jeez. Yeah. To be fair, Ralph Kruger didn't help that much.
Well, I mean, when you healthy scratch an $8 million player, it's not going to help the stats. I want to say it was 8 million. Now I'm not sure if it was 8 million.
Wasn't he? No, he was getting 9, wasn't he?
I want to say it might be 9, but I know it was 8 years.
see real quick what that Skinner trade turned into. We got some
Didn't it?
guy that
I swear I thought I saw it turned into Aho.
it was Cliff Poo, who he never played. Don't know who that guy is. Never heard of that guy before in my life.
Oh yeah, no, this
He might
this
have been in
trade wasn't
Buffalo
good
a
for
little bit.
Carolina.
Yeah.
I think it was just bad both ways. I mean, obviously you had him for a while, which you gotta you take what you will with his longevity on that team. But
To be fair, he did help us a lot in that year. We missed the playoffs by 1 point.
It was.
I want to say it was a 10x9, 10-year, 9 million.
Jesus Christ.
I know, insane, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
No, I'm crazy. It was 7. I can't count
find
it.
what those. I'm trying to find what those picks turned into.
And you want to come prepared. Anyway,
well, I didn't know we were talking about the Jeff Skinner trade.
No, because I just saw this today. That's why I was. Well, these are potential trades for him now, not
right.
Yeah. But one team that could really use him, Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, they have been surprisingly surging.
Yeah, and they don't really have any no breakout stars on that team.
No,
To be
You know what I mean?
fair though, this is a really bad year for the East.
No,
So,
it is an insanely bad year for the East.
and the Sabres can't figure out a way to be good in that year.
They're 8 points out of a playoff spot, and they're dead last in the East. That should show how bad it is this year.
the East isn't great. Oh, okay. So that the second round pick that the Canes got from Buffalo turned into Ryan Suzuki, who has not played much for. Wait, no, I'm sorry. No, I lied. That turned into Pyotr Kochekov.
Oh, well, that works out for you.
There we go. There's
That
our
one
answer right
works.
there. There's our answer.
Is he a
Speaking of which,
defenseman or?
goalie. He's the goalie.
Oh, he's the goalie. Okay.
Yeah, he so news from at least the injury and scratch Canes side of things. Anderson back on IR. You know, because he's still recovering from a surgery or can't remember what exactly he had, but Pyotr Kochekov was off the ice today. Anderson was in starter's crease. I don't know why they put him on IR, whatever. Pyotr's probably going to be in goal against Buffalo tomorrow.
Okay.
I would be very strong in saying that over Tokarski.
You mean Buffalo Sabres legend Dustin Tokarski?
Shout outs to him though. He's been playing pretty good when he's needed to.
I remember paying $20 to go see him against the. Oh, actually, no, never mind. Craig Anderson played that game. But my buddy calls me and goes, "Dude, I got $20 tickets to Vancouver," and I'm like, "Yeah, we drove in from Rochester." Funniest thing is the Sabres kicked their ass too. It was such a good game. Oh, that was the year post COVID, and when they were just complete right after Ralph Kruger was fired. And Kevin Adams, it was like Kevin Adams' first year, and they were just dog shit.
Oh my god. Okay, so the Sabres pick that was traded to the I'm still looking at that.
Yeah, you're good.
Alexander Nikitschkin, or however you say his name. He is
Nikitschkin?
going. No, Nikitschkin, Nikishin. He has been lighting it up in the KHL.
Well, it is the K. Let's be honest.
From what I hear, he is NHL ready and is going to be on the team next year. To my knowledge, that's what I'm hearing from at least some of the sources down there. So that's 2 Buffalo Sabres draft picks that have turned into potential Canes lineup players.
I got a really, really funny thing to tell you, but I just gotta look this up real quick. So there we go.
And then the last one.
KHL. This connects KHL with the Carolina Hurricanes.
Was it Tony DeAngelo?
Tony DeAngelo got kicked out of the KHL.
Yeah,
the racist that says he hates Russians just finally got kicked out of the KHL. I saw when he went, I was laughing. I'm like, why, dude? You openly said you hate Russians. Why are you going to go play for fucking Moscow?
And he followed Kuznetsov over there.
No, Kuznetsov followed him over there because Tony went over like a year and a half ago, and then Kuznetsov. Was it Kuznetsov? Yeah, okay. I was getting my K's mixed up there.
No, that
Kuznetsov went over after he went cocaine beared in Hershey. That's the story. So to leave it to Tony DeAngelo to pave the way to Russian hockey.
Both of them played on the Canes last year ago.
It might have been before that. I don't know, man. I just remember Tony. I remember Tony going over first, though. That's because he went over like mid-season.
Yeah, because he was. It was the Canes because he was like, "Yeah, man, our season's done. I hate it here. Not getting play time. I need to get playing time. Gone."
He went a full Zach Bogosian and just didn't report after getting waived. Dude, I was working. I was in college at the time. I was working at the radio station, and I specifically went to that Amerks game that Zach Bogosian was supposed to report to just to see what would happen. And I walked down post game. There's just a beautiful stall all set up for the game. No nameplate on there, but there's a jersey hanging in the stall. I'm like, that's what happened. And then it was the next morning. It broke that he didn't show up. I'm like, really? I broke that at 11 o'clock, brother.
I broke that at game time.
No. I couldn't get down there pregame. It was post game. I
It was
broke that
post.
story. But
Gotcha.
I remember seeing the Twitter feed goes, yeah, he got to Rochester, then just kept driving back home to Messina. Uh, anyway,
All right, so going back to the IR for this game.
yeah.
Where is Jordan Greenway?
So
I feel like I haven't seen this dude in like months.
So here's my theory.
You told me your theory that he had
Well, I didn't tell the theory on here. Can I tell the theory now, please? No, I didn't.
All right.
I told it to you at the Sabres game. I didn't tell it to you on here yet. So my theory with Tony DeAngelo is he remember when he played and then he was out for a little bit in like November and then he came back for a couple games.
Yeah.
So my theory is he was fine and then got a hernia in like late October, early November. Was out for a little bit and then he felt better and was like, let's give it a try and see what happens. And then he came back, got it astronomically worse, and now he's out for surgery and he's out for an extended period of time. Because I know he had surgery on something and they said it is an upper body injury, and that's about as much information as you're ever going to get out of the Sabres. So
yeah.
But that's my theory, and I think it's a logical theory considering the information we have.
I mean, yeah, they said it was a middle body injury, and then they said then he came back and played like a game and then left again.
Yeah, I mean that's my idea. He's getting surgery for a hernia.
Yeah, that could explain why he came back, tried it, and then was gone. Like, not a bad idea.
If by some ungodly way that this Buffalo Sabres team decides to make a run for the playoffs and gets in, that will probably be the earliest I would expect him. Or maybe
we kind of need him.
Well,
they 100% need him, especially if you're going to make a playoff run.
Let me just check here.
I mean, we have there's what 30-something games left.
No,
no,
39, 38.
Yeah, just under 40.
Yeah, because we're just. I think
we'll need to
last
win.
Game was a halfway mark. So.
We'll need to win 25 of those.
Oh, 100%. They need to go on Sabres need to go on a 6 or 7 game run to get back into it. Now, is that impossible? No, I think they can do it. If
when
they
you're talking about the Sabres, yes.
Well, hold on a second. I think they can do it if they decide to stop being the Sabres. If they can play like they did in that first period against Colorado, or that first game against
in the beginning
New
of the
York.
Season.
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, that first game against New York when they kicked the shit out of them, they can do it 100%.
Beautiful game, by the way. I love seeing a New York team that's not the Sabres lose.
You know what? Okay, that's fair.
I said not the Sabres.
You were about to just rip on him.
I can't stand. I just can't stand the Rangers and Islanders. I can't stand them.
Well, on the bright side, all the New York teams are at the bottom of the East right now.
Yeah, I was just looking at the standings just because I was very curious. Whew,
it's bad.
That's a tough hill to climb,
especially if you're the Rangers. Who should Rangers should be at the top of that Metro.
They should be, but they had an absolute collapse. And the funniest thing right now is that the Columbus Blue Jackets are 4th in the Metro.
You know what? Good for them. You
know what? I didn't expect that coming into the season, but you know what? Even after everything that happened to that team in the offseason, which absolutely horrible. To make a comeback like this, if only just for this year, for those guys, that's good for them.
I was expecting them to do something. Or I was expecting them to make it interesting. I think it helps that every other team in the East decided to be mediocre this year.
And it really does suck because R.I.P. Johnny Gaudreau, such a great player. Too soon.
Way too soon.
Really, really would have made a difference on the team.
I think they probably are fighting for a 3rd place right now if he's.
I would say
I don't even think 3rd place.
I'd
say they'd be making a run at the division.
Interesting.
I would say first wild card spot. I would say first wild card spot.
They're definitely in the divisional if Johnny's there with them. Well,
Well, I mean,
let's
here's
be
my
honest,
thing.
Johnny
They
probably
have
is there with
they,
them, but if you
they have
yeah.
46 now. Carolina is third place in the Metro with 55.
55.
Yeah, but Carolina
So
sucks.
yeah, but they
Well,
would at least have 50. I would say they'd have 50 and they'd be over Boston.
Carolina's definitely lacked this year.
Oh, 26 and 15 lacked. Oh,
Okay.
Well, let's
All
fuck
right.
you, Benji.
All right.
Fuck you,
All right.
Benji.
Compared to, I will say, all the losses that they had over the summer did kill a lot of them. But I'm just surprised. They're fighting for a second spot in the Metro right now.
No, they are. Yeah. I mean, it's what I mean. The only, like I said, they don't have a lot of breakout stars. The only one
No.
they really have is Elvis versus Lincoln's in net.
Well, they
And-
had that. What's the here? I have on my fantasy team actually, so let me pull it up. There's that one Voronkov guy who is absolutely
Doesn't-
tearing it up for Columbus right now. Let me pull it. Let me try to pull him up here.
Maybe that's what I've always said Buffalo needs is some big ass Russian to come in and throw the body around and score.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking.
Dmitry Voronkov. Don't know where this guy came from. Averaging, at least on fantasy, 2 points.
I'm going to assume Russia.
Yeah, I would assume there. But before
Watch
that,
him be like Kazakh or something.
he ranked 30th in position right now.
I mean, of 64 goaltenders, that's pretty good. Or
That's
no, he's not
forward.
a goaltender.
He's a forward.
Oh,
He's a forward.
I don't know why I thought he was a goaltender. My bad.
Well, no, because they've got Elvis and the other guy.
Maybe that's it. I have no idea who their second is. But let's take a little bit more of a look around the East while we're talking about it. So let's go to Boston, and then I want to do a story about New York. Okay. So apparently it broke yesterday. Some beat reporter in Boston. Ben, you're really gonna like this because you're going into the media field. Some beat reporter in Boston was trying to start shit in the
Oh
locker room
yeah,
with
I
the
remember
Bruins.
seeing that they were.
And he goes, "Yeah, Marchand and Pasta fucking hate each other," which is just complete lie.
Completely false.
I mean,
Completely false.
anyone that knows hockey knows that those two love each other. I mean, I hate Marchand, but I do enjoy watching Pasta, and they are a great pair on the ice.
I hate Marchand as a person, as like a player. He's not as bad, but as a person, he sucks.
Let me try to find. I know. I
Why?
can't remember if it was Pasta or Marchand who posted on. Well, the interview, and then what he posted as like a picture on either his Instagram or Twitter.
It was Marchand definitely did the interview because I listened to it this morning.
Was it Pasta's Twitter then?
That I have no idea, but
Um,
I mean, that's one way to try that. That's one way to boost your followers on Instagram and Twitter. Just start random
drama.
Yeah, and dude, you know what? If it wasn't Boston, and I do believe like those guys are really close. If you start that in like back in the old Senators days before Mike Hoffman's wife decided to be a prick. Like if it was before that, I mean, I have a pretty good feeling that Erik Karlsson and was it Dennis Hoffman, right? Oh my God, what's his first?
Was it Dennis or was it?
No, it's Mike Hoffman.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I was like Mike or Mark.
No, I 100% believe that those two weren't the best of friends on the ice on the team, but if that shit started there, that could have really taken down the team.
I found what I was looking for, by the way. It was on Marchand's Instagram. He posted a bunch of photos of him and Pasta together, like at weddings, when they were doing first pitches or when they were playing Pittsburgh in the outdoor game, etc. With the caption, "Wolves don't lose sleep over opinions of sheep."
Oh, that's a dagger right to the heart. I love it though. Absolutely love it.
You know what? Hey, he's protecting his guys.
No, dude, you gotta do what you gotta do. What can I say?
Look, just saying, if someone's in front of the net pushing at you, you got to push back.
Oh no, you do 100%. So I had one more big thing coming out of the East. Okay.
Okay.
So I saw the other day there was a prospective trade that would involve sending Mika Zibanejad to Vancouver for in this case JT Miller, because you know all the drama going on in Vancouver right now surrounding Elias Pettersson and
See,
JT
I
Miller.
I
saw.
actually don't. I'm actually not too familiar with that one.
I was gonna say the Sabres trade for Pettersson, but they're gonna give up Miller before they give up Pettersson.
Oh,
Yeah,
Peter.
Peter.
Oh, Peter, unplug his mic.
No, I hit the mute button. No, JT Miller's 100% going before Pettersson. So
I'll give him Power and fucking hands and knees pleading with them to fucking take Power and give us JT Miller.
take Power's contract back, so we have another $8 million in dead cap next year, and they just keep handing out league. Well, I mean, they
dude,
keep handing out league minimum contracts anyway. So what's the point?
Dude, you know the Sabres aren't going to use that cap space, so you might as well use it in dead cap space.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What is all their money into right now? I'm just.
I guarantee you, the Sabres have an internal
entry level contracts.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have James
Bridge.
Reimer. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at James
Yeah.
Reimer, Kane's legend.
James Reimer's actually like he's on the. He probably will back up UP next game. He 100% will. Also, one thing I want to say about James Reimer while we're on it, and now that we have a goalie here, I can actually ask.
Yes.
I want to say James Reimer is the only goaltender in the league to wear a dangler.
That sounds about right.
I could not tell you another NHL goalie that wears a dangler. Like I'm sitting there during it. I want to say it was the Montreal game I was at back in November. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching warm-ups with my dad, and I look at my dad and I go, is James Reimer wearing a dangler? I'm like, oh my God.
Hold on, let me check. Does Fleury wear one?
He would be the only other one I believe that I would think would wear.
I think Fleury does wear one.
Because I want to say it's like kind of going. He does.
It is going out of style though. It is.
He does. Or Reimer does.
Reimer does. Well, yeah, Reimer does. I know
Reimer,
that.
yeah.
That's what we were just talking about.
Fleury does wear one.
Okay.
So I think it is an older goalie thing. Like that's the last generation to really use the dangler.
Do you use a dangler when you play?
I used to, and then it broke, and then I've stopped using it because it's just a piece of plastic.
So as now that we have a goalie, what is the use of a dangler?
Basically, it's just an extra protection around your collarbone and neck area. Especially if you're a goalie that more so keeps the head straight and not kind of tucked in a little bit. That little spot between the neck and the chest does get exposed. So it is just if you're more of a head-on goalie, then that is the dangler there. A lot of youth kids I know probably use one just because they don't know how to look down and still see the whole ice.
That, and I'm pretty sure it's required by USA Hockey.
Is it? I didn't think it was. I don't think it is.
I want to say it. Oh, I'm a certified ref. I should know this, but I want to say it is.
It's something that It's something I could definitely see USA Hockey making mandatory.
Yeah, because I remember when the neck guard stuff came out over the summer, all those rules, they specifically said in the thing that a dangler does not count as a neck guard, which fair point. I wouldn't count it either, but
I don't think it. So it doesn't classify as like a neck guard.
No, I know that for a fact. Yeah.
So I think you can still wear a neck guard, but not wear a dangler.
Okay. I just pulled up the USA Hockey rulebook, so I'll find it in a second. But
I was just looking at it too. I was trying to see. I don't think it is a required thing. Hold on, I'm looking at.
I don't see anything on here about it, so
maybe not. Let me. Which goal?
Oh, here, I found it. Hanging throat protectors are recommended. No form-fitted face mask shall be permitted. So
there we go.
They're recommended, which
they're recommended.
Yeah. For younger goalies, I would 100%. I'm strongly recommend they wear it.
Just back to the danglers. Varlamov wears one.
Again, older goaltender.
Older goalie.
Mm-hmm. So it must be.
Does Bob wear one? No, he doesn't wear one.
No,
he doesn't.
Yeah. No, he's a freak of nature, and then when he wants to be, Other times he just lets in 6 goals in a period.
No, he's either a brick wall or he's a sieve, and there's no in between.
No in between. No in between. I know a few goalies like that, including myself.
Who is your favorite goaltender to watch?
Current or all time?
I was to
Definitely
go
mine.
current, and then I'll ask you your all time.
All right, current goalie. I got slight Canes bias, but I'll try to hold that off. Piotr is fun just for like the oh my god, what is he doing? I still like Vasilevsky. I think he's just a very sound controlled goalie. I think, what he does does sound, and when, there's a reason he's won, the Stanley Cup, all those sort of trophies. He's just a very good overall
I
goalie.
think you're thinking of the Vezina.
I think is that it?
And when you're watching him play, how do you try to incorporate how Vasilevsky plays when you play?
What
do you do to be like Vasilevsky?
So
go flying headfirst into an open door.
yeah, something like that.
Luckily, I don't think
but
you're going to be skating from the blue line back as a goalie. So
I hope
Hey,
I
what
don't
if you
have
get
to.
pulled or you're changing on the fly, brother?
Hey man, look, that's goal to bench. That's not goal to far blue line.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
But no,
I'm definitely running this year when I'm the tour director. I'm definitely running like goalie drills where they have to go change for
they have to
extra
yeah.
attacker.
Yeah, no, required.
And just like jump over the boards.
Yep, head first actually.
Yeah.
Yep. No, but he's a tall goalie. That's one of his upsides is you have to try to play big as a goalie, and with myself not being the tallest, I'm not 6 foot. 6 foot is at least, what is as a more recommended and normal size for goalies in the NHL right now. You got to try to play big. So it's, trying to keep your chest out, staying as far out past, even if you have to go out past the top of the crease a little bit, that's fine. And just obviously watching the situations, but you got to play big. Shots coming in from anywhere. You just got to be ready and big.
All right, now who'd you say is your all-time favorite?
So again, another large goalie bias is Devin Dubnyk. He was my number, the number 40 on my jersey, was because of Devin Dubnyk. I just love that he was a bigger goalie. Always, thought to play big myself. But I will say one of my all-time favorite goalies got to be Pekka Rinne, of the Nashville Predators. He, great puck handling. Was a bigger, played big. And it was a big factor, especially in that, 2019 Cup run when they lost to Pittsburgh in the finals. He was a big factor within that team, other than obviously the defensive blue line, PK Subban, Roman Josi, and then their offensive power, Matthias Ekholm and Philip Forsberg. They were just that was just a great random put together team of like consistent players. But I just love Rinne. He was a very good goalie.
I think Rinne might be the best goalie to not win a cup.
Are you saying that over Lundqvist? Because Lundqvist never won a cup.
Ooh, good point.
I mean, you can't not.
Well, okay, one of.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Here's I have two more questions for you. I'm
Okay.
gonna lead with this one. Your top 3 goaltenders to never win a cup.
Top 3.
Well, we already.
Lundqvist.
I think we know who 1 or 2 are.
Lundqvist.
Yeah.
How that guy didn't win one. I mean, I guess they just choked against LA. I don't remember that LA
2014,
year.
yeah, it was at LA. They should have won that. They should have won that year. I mean, they had it in the bag, and LA just. Well, who scored? Oh my God, who's? I want to say
Alex
it was
Martinez.
Yeah, Alex Martinez scored the game. What was it? Overtime, right?
Overtime winner. Yep.
Yeah.
Because
Was that game 7 or game 6?
6. Yeah. That didn't go 7.
Honestly, I think that team might have just ran out of steam. That's probably what it was.
Well, was that the same year that LA had to come back from a 3-0 series deficit?
No, that was 2012.
After that was before. Okay,
that was 2012. That LA.
Because I know there was
it wasn't 3-0. We just said it went 6 games, so it couldn't have been 3-0.
No, I meant like that first round series was against the Sharks and that was a
Oh, it might have
3-0.
been. That might have been.
Was that
because
the reverse sweep year?
yeah, well, I think so because because 2012 LA was the 8 seed and ran the table to win.
2014.
Yeah, so I want to say it was 20. I want to say it was that year.
2014 was when they reverse swept. I just checked.
Okay.
I just checked it.
Yeah.
Pekka Rinne, I don't know how he didn't. That I think that year in Nashville was his last real chance, and then they got Pittsburgh.
You can't. There was no stopping Phil the Thrill and his merry old band of goons out there. Not Sidney Crosby. Phil the Thrill led that team.
It was all Phil Kessel and his hot dogs.
Yeah, no, there was no Sidney Crosby had nothing to do with that team.
No. I'm trying to think of a third one.
Can I answer this question?
No. Oh,
We'll
Carey
do
Price.
Lundqvist.
Carey Price.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still stick to Lundqvist, Rinne, Ryan Miller.
Well, that might just be the Buffalo bias.
I think he might have you beat there, and the pain of losing a gold medal.
Oh yeah.
I would have to go with Miller in that list also.
No, that one. That's tough.
We got to think about it. He's the most winningest goaltender, or American-born goaltender.
There you go.
And the dude didn't win it.
That's brutal.
Let's take a quick break and look at some college hockey. Starting off with the SUNYAC tonight, January 14th. Oswego taking on Canton. Morrisville is visiting King's College down in Pennsylvania, and Cortland's taking on St. Anselm. And moving on to tomorrow, January 15th, Cortland is going to be out at Southern New Hampshire. That will do it for the week. Moving on to the weekend for the SUNYAC, Friday the 17th, Hobart taking on Potsdam, and Millbury traveling up to Plattsburgh. Saturday the 18th, Hobart's taking on Fredonia. Potsdam traveling out to Canton. Cortland and Oswego face off in a travel partner showdown. And Williams College traveling up to Plattsburgh to take on the Cardinals. Moving it over to some Atlantic hockey tonight, Tuesday the 14th, Canisius taking on Robert Morris. And tomorrow on Friday, January 17th, Niagara traveling down to Mercyhurst. Canisius taking on Penn State. Holy Cross is at Bentley. AIC taking on Sacred Heart. Battle of the Branches with Air Force traveling down to West Point to take on Army, and RIT taking on Robert Morris. Finishing off the weekend for Atlantic hockey on the 18th, we have again Battle of the Branches as Air Force is still down at Army. Canisius will be traveling out to Penn State. Holy Cross at Bentley again. RIT and Robert Morris. Mercyhurst coming up to Niagara this time, take on Purple Eagles, and AIC taking on Sacred Heart. And finally finishing off the weekend with some UCHC action on Friday the 17th. Geneseo taking on Nazareth, and Chattanam taking on the Brockport Golden Eagles. And finishing off the weekend for UCHC on Saturday, Chattanam taking on Brockport, and Nazareth again, this time flip-flopping the home teams, going out to Geneseo to take on the Golden Knights. And we'll take you back to the show with Peter, Ben, and Kyle. Now, speaking of Ryan Miller, we're going to go on to a fun game here. Now, the NHL over the last couple days have been releasing teams quarter-century teams, okay? So it's one line and a goaltender from the last 25 years. For example, the Calgary from 2000 to 2025.
Yeah.
For example, the Calgary Flames have named in their first. We'll just do the first team, okay?
Yep.
Calgary Flames have named Johnny Gaudreau, Jerome Naginla, and Matthew Tkachuk as their forward picks.
Okay.
On defense, they have Mark Giordano and Buffalo Sabres legend Robin Regehr. And in goal, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mika Kiprusoff.
I was gonna
Yep.
say, can I guess Kiprusoff? That's
Um,
that's a throwback, man.
let's take a look at one more here. Do you want to see? Let me just take a look at the teams here. I'll let you guys pick a team that I name off. Let me just get to the top of this list. St. Louis, Chicago, Arizona, Columbus, Florida, Toronto, Anaheim, Seattle, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Winnipeg / Atlanta, Philly or
Ooh.
Boston.
Ooh, can I do Winnipeg / Atlanta?
I was gonna say
We'll
that one
do
sounds
that.
pretty interesting.
All right, we'll do that one. So first team for Winnipeg Jets / the Atlanta Thrashers includes.
Wait, let us try
Yeah,
to
I
guess.
kind of want to.
No. I gotta let me get through this because I have what we're gonna do next is gonna take a while. Okay.
Okay.
So let me just read this one off too. Would be New Jersey Devils legend and SAKA Moscow legend Ilya Kovalchuk.
Yep. I have a
Mark
feeling I know one of these
Scheifele.
names.
What is up with that
Yep.
SKA team, man?
SKA, my dude, you got it. Dude, that was the Red Army team back in the day. That's all you got to remember. Mark
got me there.
Scheifele and Blake Wheeler on
Really?
for the forwards.
Interesting.
So Afenaganov got scrubbed.
Yeah,
Afenaganov got scrubbed.
Oh, I forgot he played for Atlanta.
Sabres legend,
To be
legitimately legend. Maxim
To be
Afenaganov.
fair, Maxi, or at least the Sabres, isn't coming out until the 17th. Okay.
Okay.
And then Carolina's is after that. Anyway.
Yep.
We gonna
on the
guess
back
who's
end,
who?
I think I have a good idea of who could be in Carolina,
well, shut up for a second. Let me get through this because we're getting there. Okay.
Watch your mouth.
okay. Yeah. Wow. What the hell?
I will. This is my podcast. I'll beat your ass from this fucking podcast. Okay.
Peter,
Team leading 18 penalty minutes.
Peter. I got third most points too. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, 18 penalty minutes. Anyway, moving on. Hey, Ben, the light fucking works, okay? Hit the button. Anyway, on defense for Winnipeg and Atlanta, we got Dustin Byfuglien and Josh Morsley.
Yeah, that's about right.
And finally, in that, American legend, Connor Hellebuyck.
Yep.
Now, my question to you is, Ben, you will go first.
Okay.
First team, Carolina Hurricanes, quarter century.
Okay. Going through lineup.
You have 6 picks, 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender.
3 forwards, 2
and I want to
and
know why.
Okay.
I want to know why.
I think the first one is kind of obvious. I got to go with Rod the Bod. I mean, he was a cornerstone. He was a cornerstone of that team up until the Eric Stahl era of the Hurricanes, which thinking about it maybe, but no, he was really the main piece that brought the Canes the cup that year. He didn't put the team on his back, but he was a big leader, and a lot of the reasons that they came back were under his leadership. So I think Rod the Bod's got to be on there. I'm going to go to goaltending, actually. I'm going to jump around a little bit. I think that Cam Ward should get that last nod. Again, 2006 Stanley Cup with the Canes. Other than that, who was the other Canes goalies that you can think of? I mean, Arturs Urbe, maybe. That's a throwback, though, and he's, that not many know of his, his legacy, along with, Kevin Weeks was a Hurricane.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, he that was before he helped them beat the Devils in the 2002 playoffs on the way to the on that finals. Going back to the forward side of things, probably Sebastian Aho. He is I think he is the number 1 points getter in the Carolina Hurricanes history now. And he's still got plenty of time in him. So that'd probably be my second forward. He would be a good wingman for Rod on that center line. Third. Probably it's got to be Eric Stahl. I mean, they just retired his number.
I would agree. I agree with you there.
It's got to be Eric Stahl. I mean, as much as I really want to put like a Justin Williams up there, I think Stahl just had a lot more for the organization than Williams did, because Williams didn't play as much in Carolina as Stahl did. Stahl was also the captain for that really long stretch until what was it, being traded to the Rangers or dropped to the Rangers? I can't remember. But they just retired his number, and good for him. He had a great career. Won Stanley Cup, almost got a second one with the Florida Panthers, just to get shut down by, what was it, Vegas?
Yeah.
Yep.
But he would have to be my third forward. On the defensive side of things, there's a lot of good Canes defensemen.
Who are the top two?
Okay, we're just trying to do a show here. Take your time.
I'd probably have to go Tim Gleason.
Ooh, good.
Okay, good pick.
Don't know who that is.
Current defensive head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. He was a part of that Cup team in 2006. Again, just really locked down defenseman. Him and Glenn Wesley, both on that 2006 team, and that was just an insane defensive duo. He was also in Carolina for a really long time after that Cup run, and very well known for his defense, and now obviously his coaching skills as the defenseman coach down in Carolina. I don't want to go with any current Canes defenseman as much as I really want to put Jacob Slavin on there. No, he hasn't been in Carolina too long. It's probably got to be Glenn Wesley as the other defenseman. I mean, 2000 on the team, 2002 and 2006 Stanley Cup runs. Helped them get to the Kyle's unhappy about that one. But those two together were probably the two main defensive pieces that were the backbone of Carolina for their Cup runs and their success when they were successful. And that's probably where I got to leave that there. I think that's my 6.
That is. Yep. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I actually like that. I think that's a pretty good lineup. Now, Kyle.
Can I do one that's a joke and one that's serious?
Well, we don't have time for your joke. So
the joke one will take me 3 seconds. I already have 6
All right,
people.
fine. Do your joke one quickly. Let's go.
All right. Ville Lano, Matt Molson. Ville Lano, Matt Molson, John Scott. And then on defense, we'll go Spacek.
Yaroslav Spacek?
And Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson.
Dude, no, I'd go Aristo there. You got to go
Ilya Lyubushkin. Ilya, no!
He had the best goal of the 13 years.
And
a breakaway in overtime on the kill, and he decides to take a ripper from the top of the circle and fucking wins the game. You're putting Ilya fucking Lyubushkin on that list? Fuck you.
And then we'll go for goalie Patrick Lalime.
Oh, dude, there's so many. Dude, there's so many answers to that. Anders Lee, fucking Aaron Dell. Oh my God. Jonas
Enroth. Yeah.
Tampa Bay Lightning legend Jonas Johansson.
Dude, Lalime
Carolina
sucked.
Hurricanes legend
Lalime was
Dustin
horrible.
Lalime
was horrible.
Tokarski,
Canes legend.
Yeah, but
you're gonna be bad if you're backing up Miller.
Yeah, but everyone else I named played for the team for at least 2 to 3 years. I can't just say like Tokarski and we didn't really play.
None of them played.
Lalime played for the
kind of. I want to say 2014. Look, there were 6 goaltenders that played a game.
You could have also said Craig Anderson.
Man, no, he would be on.
I'm not putting him on that list. All right, let's
Craig
go back.
Anderson's
okay,
too good for that list. Anyway, the real list.
The real list. I'm gonna go.
Remember, 2000 to 2025.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Ryan Miller for my goalie.
Okay.
Jay McKee.
I'm gonna say that's a mistake right there.
That's interesting.
Well, yeah, you could say Hasek, but like he played for 2000, 2001, so like.
No, he played up until 2002 for the Sabres.
No, he didn't.
2001.
Yes, dude. Look at his banner. Look at his banner retirements. 2002, bud.
Oh, then they fucking lied because he played 65 games for the Red Wings in 01 and 02.
Well, you know what? That sounds like the Buffalo Sabres organization.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go Ryan Miller,
Okay.
Jay McKee at defense, Darlene,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go. Ooh. Do I say the forbidden name or no?
I think you have to at this point.
I'm gonna go Danny Briere. Thomas Vanek.
Oh.
And I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna have to Jack Eichel.
You know what? You almost matched my quarter season team for the Sabres, with the exception of 3. Okay.
So we got half.
No.
We got half.
So I
He
know
got
you had
half.
Hasek. You had Hasek.
I had Hasek in that. I had
Mhm.
Vanek and Briere and Jay McKee also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, my right winger, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the former Atlanta Thrasher himself, Maxim Finnegan.
Yeah.
And for the left fenceman, the wrecking ball himself, RJ Umberger's worst nightmare,
Brian Campbell. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's yeah.
The only reason Soupy is on that list is that hit. I'm not gonna lie. It's the most memorable
That is-
playoff hit in Sabres history. Okay.
That's
yeah.
an insane hit.
And dude, RJ
Dude, the call by
calling that
RJ.
hit,
Oh my god.
dude, it's classic RJ.
It's one of my earliest memories, and it's sad that that's like the last time the Sabres, like the last good Sabres playoff moment.
Dude, that was the 2006 playoffs.
I
They
know.
win that series and they go to Carolina. Just saying. That's the
And then our
05-06 season.
Defensive core dies.
I mean, Jay McKee
Fucking
almost
Carolina gets a Make-A-Wish fucking Stanley Cup.
Hey, how's it
Dude,
going?
So that
I mean,
That-
dude,
no,
so
that-
that
but
fucking
to be
people
fair,
that had
so
to-
that fucking people like Benji can sit here and talk shit that they have one Stanley Cup.
Hey, how's it going?
Wow. Okay, on that
Wow.
terrible disappointment, I think that will do it for us this week. This week on this special episode of the Duck Pond. Make sure you follow us on Rubber Duckies Hockey on Instagram, Rubber Duckies HQ on Twitter, and if Seamus ever actually gets it rolling, rubber.duckies.hockey on TikTok for you. Okay.
Bro, you got a week left on that fucking app. Let it go.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna put it out there while I can. Also, I would like to say thank you to our very good friend here, Mr. Benjamin Bondranko, for joining us today. Our resident Carolina Hurricanes expert here. If you want to catch up with Benji, see what he is up to in his singular post on Instagram at @bbondranko40 on Instagram. So thank you for joining us, Ben. I hope to get you back on. Maybe if Carolina makes a playoff run, we get you back on, see what's going on in the Metro.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that.
All right.
If I can, speak.
Oh, he did a good job. I think he did a good job, right, Kyle?
Oh, you
No,
did a good
like-
job. Yeah, you did a good job.
No, it was just right before you started talking about the fucking Metro. I was like,
It's called word vomit. You'll learn that when you get a little bit higher up. I'm patting you on the head. I'm like, because that's what I would have done to you if you said that in front of me. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Make sure to join us back next week and stay tuned for Friday afternoon as we'll have post game from the Duckies versus Flavortown from Thursday night. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time here on the Duck Pod. See you later.